All right. Time now is 8:14 a.m. in the morning on September 25th. I'm in my street clothes. I went to bed at 3:20. I slept until 8. Tired, yes. I tried to sleep earlier, I really did. I'm sorry to myself. I had a pretty weird dream regarding churches running into Rachel Sennett, an actress who is apparently a bit of a Satanist inside the church. It was it was like I'm betraying everyone else. It was very interesting actually. And then the elevator breaking down. Yeah, so many things happened. Um but yeah, there's that. Um I remember seeing Nick too. But yeah, um I'm gonna go eat breakfast, which is chocolate milk, which is expired by like a whole week. I hope it doesn't taste bad because if it does, then I'm just gonna have to throw it all away. And some cookies, and that's it. I'm gonna go out to church. Today I'm gonna go to church, and then I'm gonna come back home. Um, yeah. Um, I'm so tired. I'm so fucking tired, and I don't know what's going on with my face. The acne doesn't stop. Last night I had a theory, and that is maybe it's because this room is really dirty and there's so much dust in this room. So no matter how hard I try to wash my face and put moisture cream on it again and again and again, it doesn't matter because my room is so dirty. But I told my mom this, and my mom said, "Well, if that's the case, then why don't you have any acne on your forehead?" And my mom said, "If acne keeps appearing on my face cheeks, it's got to be because of something that I eat. It's got to be a dietary issue, um, and also a hormonal issue. So I don't know what's going on with me really. I don't think I've had an acne outbreak this bad before in my life. Just nonstop, week after week after week of nonstop acne. Um, but yeah, thinking back to yesterday, talk with Pepper, I do come off a bit deranged trying to force Pepper or trying to persuade myself that Pepper's there's got to be more to her and there she's got to be a bit more interesting than that. Um but again, like I'm a 20-year-old. She's about to turn 20 in 3 months. And we're all adults now, I guess, young adults, and we shouldn't think like that. But what is separating me from adulthood and young teenagehood? I still have fantastical thoughts. I still think young because I don't have a lot of experience. So why do you blame me for not thinking maturely enough? I know it is a really vague concept, but I'm just a teenager but older. I'm a young adult, yes, but young adult basically means teenager but older. So I could say teenager things and it would still make sense because it's the logical progression of time. It's just the logical progression of human psyche. But anyways, back to Pepper. I don't know, this morning when I think about her again, she does seem to be a bit more interesting than I last think of her, I guess. But not in the same way as like Mary's interesting or Natalie's interesting. I think Pepper's just I understand her character a little more. I think after the talk with her yesterday, I think I understand her character a little more, and and the point that she went to Riverside alone just because she's sad, and how rebellious she is, how she goes drinking and go visit some cafe in the middle of nowhere in Hong Kong. She has this rebellious spirit, and if anything, even though I wouldn't say that's like really like dark, like some of Mary's behavior It's just kind of ominous. But what I can say is that I have things to learn from her, and she has things to learn from me. And even like maybe we will drift apart in the future. If I get into UCLA and successfully she gets to some other school. But like I feel like we would have learned something from each other by the end of this college arc, and hopefully that's the case. And in other news, my mom is dead set on going to Japan. In fact, she wants to go to Tokyo for about 3 days. There are still places to go to in Niigata, so there needs to be one planning, I guess. And that's it. Cookie time. Time now is 12:59. I am back at home and I am ready for lunch. Broccoli, boiled, not fried, and the insane garlic cup noodle. That's 540 calories. Nice. Alright, time now is 1:45 p.m. I just finished dinner, lunch. It's really underwhelming actually. It's just a cup noodle and some broccoli. But a college student gets by. So yeah, I'm just gonna talk about today real quick. It is quite underwhelming today as well. I woke up, the church teacher picked me up, went to church, went to sermon, I sat alone. It was so cold and I was so freaking tired for some reason today. I almost fell asleep, but it wasn't like fishing, it was just me closing my eyes, thinking that I would fall asleep, but not really falling asleep. Sermon's over. I and a bunch of other people went to the gym of that church to my lips to move some chairs. And after that, I'm even more tired. We went to the other room across the building across, and we sat down. And there's not a lot of people. And then afterwards, a lot of people just went back home. And once again, just like last Sunday, we're not gonna have a lunch gathering together. So I originally thought me and several other people would hang out together and have lunch together in a restaurant nearby, but that never happened. Everybody just left because everybody's busy. So once again, just like last Sunday, I went back home. Except nobody has the time to take me back home. So after a lot of discussion, Jonah left immediately. The cellist girl, she wasn't even here for the Bible study. She immediately left. A lot of people are gone, and then the siblings were like, fine, we'll take Enoch home. So they took me home real quick, and then they went back, which is nice. I thanked them. But even the teacher's really busy. So everybody's busy and don't got time for lunch. So I did thought about, okay, maybe I'll buy something in Sawtell, or maybe I'll buy something in a restaurant nearby. But you know what? Screw it. I got a cup noodle here. I'll just eat this. So that's what I did. Yeah, it's kind of underwhelming, but we'll make do. And that's pretty much it for today. Nothing else happened. This makes me think that maybe I should go to church less. Even the pastor was like, of course he wasn't telling me to go to church less. He's a pastor. He can't say that. But he said, when do you go to church? Do you go every single week? And then he said, maybe next time you go, you tell everyone beforehand, so people will expect you to come and they will find a way to take you back home. That's that. But I do believe that I should go to church less because I don't know why, but lately I've had to confront religion a lot lately. I don't know why. Like, I talked to Zara about my daily routine, the things I do every day. And I told Zara that on Sundays I'm not free because I have to go to church. And Zara's like, oh, you're religious? Actually, I thought I told Zara already, but it's complicated, And then recently, I forgot who else asked me. Oh yeah, it was the Anthropology 22 course, which is a course about magic, religion, and witchcraft. And one of the chapters of the course is about religion, and there's a prompt asking me sort of do you have a religion? Why? Stuff like that. speaking of which, I believe I have homework I haven't done for the class, so I need to do that ASAP. Um, it's actually been a while since I've done homework. It's been like a few days, and I'm a little bit scared that I shouldn't be doing that. Okay, well, um, but yeah, another thing is when I and Pepper talked about like churches yesterday, I told Pepper that, oh, I come here too. I've been to Monterey Park almost every Sunday because, or at least I go to the east side almost every Sunday because there's the church people, and Pepper's like, oh, you're religious? And I had to explain to her again. You know, I almost thought that, how when I went to USA at first and I was really stressed out and I didn't know what to do and so much shit has happened to me, I thought that this will traumatize me, and with me going to church nearly every single Sunday, it will probably reconvert me back to Christian again, like a real faithful Christian. That never happened. No matter how many gospels I've sung along, no matter how many sermons I've sat through, no matter how many Bible study sessions I've gone through, my mind hasn't changed at all. Because I feel like I know enough about the world and about people to know that Christianity is just a religion, and I respect people who are Christians. I respect the religion itself, but I myself just doesn't seem to be able to connect with it anymore because I just know so much about the world. And I think that's also partially my personality. I think how my upbringing is so uptight sometimes, there's so many rules, and my parents will never let me listen to weird music, or they don't like it anyways. How they're super against, weird movies, and how they're really against bringing me to temples and weird non-Christian places. So my upbringing has been pretty tight, and that I feel like that's also part of the reason why I don't feel Hong Kong enough, is because my upbringing was so tight that I don't know enough the real local shit. Um Whereas we have people like Pepper who's like, "Oh yeah, I'll just go to this random cafe in Hong Kong because I want to." She's a Hong Konger. I'm a Hong Kong and I don't feel like one. And that's bad, especially with my face and how well I speak in English now. But anyways, I digress. Back to Christianity. I think at some point in time I have to leave, okay? At some point in time I'll have to find an excuse and start not only weaning away myself from vlogging, but also weaning myself away from going to church. Might as well wean myself from reviewing too much shit on YouTube and planning too much because I want to be more disorganized. I don't want to follow rules, okay? You know how I plan what to do every single day and how I plan meals and everything, and maybe at some point in 2023 I should stop doing that. You know how I plan my watch list? You know how I plan my upload schedule on YouTube? Maybe I should just stop doing any of that and just let myself go and just change. Again, I'm shaving. I want to have a different hairstyle. I want to work out more to look different. I want to go through another complete personality change. Yet again. It's not the first time my personality can change. And if I can change the first time, I can change the second time, okay? Okay, but I digress again. My thoughts, my thinking is just like random, explosive thinking. All right, back to Christianity. I need to find an excuse, and the greatest excuse is I'm busy, because I truly am busy. And it's not really helping me because in the beginning, when I went to the church, the biggest reason, I'm going to be honest here, is because I want to know more people, because I need help. But now, I still do need help, but not as much because I'm able to, live on my own now. I can handle my food issues, I can handle my housing issues, I can handle a lot of stuff now. So, I don't need help anymore. I like those people and they're nice, but it's not beneficial to me anymore, I guess. So, and again, like, I feel like they're nice and all, but being around them still feel a little restricting. Like, they also swear. Don't get me wrong. It's the USA. It's LA, and it's the 21st century. It's the 2020s. Christians can swear too. Christians can drink soda, you know. But I still feel like, I don't know. I still, at the end of the day, if I'm with people like Pepper, Thomas is a Christian too, by the way. But if I'm with people like Pepper, I'm more comfortable talking about like bad, degenerate things. You know, even though I'm not that degenerate of a person myself, I'm a really pure, innocent ass boy if you think about it. Other than the fact that I'm borderline insane, JK. But yeah, it's just especially when I get to UCLA, I really want to focus all my time on filmmaking and studies. So YouTube, get out of the way. Church, get out of the way. Filmmaking is the name of the game now, and I want to solely focus on it. On Sundays, when I don't have to go to school, filmmaking. That would save me so much time. And again, with this Sunday and last Sunday, I went to the church and I just went there, listened to sermon, and came back. Nothing. If I hadn't gone to church today, it wouldn't have changed a thing. In fact, I would have gained a few more hours of sleep, which is nice. So I'm thinking in the future, even if I'm not busy, from time to time I'll say I'm busy and not go to the church, is what I'm trying to say. Lie, yes, but it's for the benefit for everyone. It's a win-win situation for all of us, because if I go to the church, the teacher has to bring me there and somebody has to drive me back home, and it's just an annoying mess. I'm just going to be a nuisance either way. It's a win-win situation, okay? And a huge win for me too, you know. Extra time, more sleep, yada yada. So there's that. And again, I just feel restrictions because I guess I don't know at around what time am I truly like departing from Christianity, because I was still pretty faithful during Form 2, I guess. That's sort of what got me through the persecution. But around Forms 3 and 4, I just stopped caring. And then right now, I'm actually interested in learning stuff outside of Christianity, like Buddhism and Islamism and other religions, Satanism, demonism, weird shit, occultism, Scientology. I want to learn about religions in general. So that takes me out of Christianity and look at religion in a very objective way, in a very anthropological way, you know, and that in turn made me understand a lot more why religion exists, how it functions, how it evolves. And sometimes on Instagram I would like to post shit like Buddhist stuff, like the samsara, wheel of life, because I genuinely like that idea. But if a Christian posts a Buddhist thing on Instagram, it's just, and other Christians see it, it's like, what the fuck, man? But truth be told though, the religion that I respect the most almost is Buddhism. I mean, I respect Christianity, but lately I realized that there's so many Buddhist concepts that are actually just majestic, you know. But yeah, that's that. I talk too much. I digress. I won't do anything all that important for the rest of the day anyways. Just a review, homework, I'll edit my short film. I'll whatever, you know. I'll finish the chocolate milk. I actually didn't finish it this morning, and I poured it back from the cup, from the clay cup back to the plastic jar, and then put it back in the fridge. And I did it without spilling a single drop. I'm a genius, you know. But yeah, you know, Pepper, Aoba. I'm so happy that I and Pepper's relationship are back to normal, if not better than ever. Like, I know I say this a lot, but back in April and May, it's just shit, you know. I and Pepper didn't trust each other, and I just feel a great sense of hostility from her. But I think that's partially on me for being really paranoid and socially awkward, and insecure, but also it's partially on her because she was going through a rough time at that point, and she was so like emotionally, I guess, disturbed that she decided to go to Riverside by herself and book a Airbnb for 3 days and just live alone. Like, we're both going through pretty tough mental periods during that time. And true East Asians, a Californian wouldn't do this shit in general, Oh. I'm just trying to make up excuses, man. I'm just trying to make up excuses for, I guess, not real excuses. They're legitimate reasons, but it's just like, and yeah, yeah, yeah. Time now is 10:10 p.m. I'm just gonna wrap it up right now. I don't have much to say other than three things. First of all, at around 7:30, okay. So last Wednesday, in film class, Yulia, the Russian girl, was like, Enoch, Eric, let's do a Zoom meeting together on Sunday, to talk about the lights for the short film that we're doing this Wednesday. And last night I went to Discord and I asked them, like, are we going to do a Zoom meeting? No response. Suddenly, so I was watching Miseng today and I expected them to not do a Zoom meeting. Maybe they forgot. Suddenly Eric called me and then Eric suddenly hung up. So I'm like, what the heck? Wait, is it the Zoom meeting? So I went to Discord. Turns out Yulia, about 10 minutes ago, at 7:30, was like, okay, here's a Zoom meeting link, boom. And so it was like, oh, okay. So I immediately joined in, and it's me, Yulia, and Eric, and we proceeded to spend about 40 something minutes, maybe even an hour, just talking about lights on the set and stuff. And it was nice and stuff, I guess. So that's one thing. Second thing is, after the Zoom meeting, I went out to cook dinner, and Cindy's taking her exam, and she told us all to be quiet on WhatsApp. But Cindy told us that she's having an exam at 7 something p.m. So I never really expected her to take an exam. Right now, during dinner time, and in the living room, I do all my exams in my room because I don't fucking trust the outside. But I gotta cook, I'm hungry, so I cooked. And it's sweet corn, carne asada, flap steak, and pasta with the spaghetti and the tomato sauce with cheese. It's nice. The trash bin is overflowing again, but I'm not gonna pick it up and throw it in the trash this time. This time it has to be Cindy or the other guy who does it because I've done it 3 times already. For the last 3 times, the trash bin is renewed. I've done it 3 times, and I'm running out of bags. I got bags, but I'm running out of them, okay? So Cindy, you gotta do it. I will not be the trash man, okay? This is supposed to be a chore split between us 3. So don't come yelling at me like, oh, you're supposed to take out the trash. I'm supposed? Yeah, I already did take out the trash for the last 3 times. It's your turn. So there's that. But I did wash the dishes, like in the dishwasher. I did that today. I put in a pellet of dishwashing soap, and I washed it all, and I put all the plates back. It's all clean. It's all dandy. Number 3, and that's the most important one. My acne, my face. Something really weird is happening to me because I have tons of acne, and I have been having acne on my face for the last few weeks, nonstop, which is really weird because that doesn't happen to me all that much. I think my peak acne years are 2019 and 2020. or maybe even early 2021. But it was sort of like a peak and then it goes down. Like I'm already 20 and my hormones shouldn't go this crazy. Okay? And on top of that, this should be a periodic thing. So you know how women have periods, female have periods. But that's also a hormonal thing, meaning that men have periods too, just not menstrual periods. Men have hormonal periods too, or at least I hypothesize. So the reason why I'm saying this is because back in 2020 and 2021, I already realized that whenever I have acne, I have an acne episode for like 2 weeks. I grow acne nonstop, and then for the next 2 to 3 weeks, nothing. Clean face. And then for the next 2 to 3 weeks, again, nonstop acne. And it's just sort of like a cycle. But the thing is, the moment I have returned to LA in round two, my acne just blew up for no reason. And when I was doing the Zoom meeting with Yulia and Eric, I suddenly realized why, or at least I have a hypothesis. I have a guess. Think about it. What food item did I start eating a lot of ever since I got back to LA? I didn't eat any of them in Hong Kong nor in round one. Think about it. Now, all the foods I eat nowadays, the steak, the chicken breast, the chicken thighs, the pork chops, the pasta, the rice, they're all the same with round one. I eat them all in round one as well. But something's different. You're right. It's spices. Ever since late round one, and then pretty much every single day in round two, I use Cindy spices. Aside from salt and black pepper, I would also add garlic powder and cumin and sometimes even ginger powder and smoked seasoning and cayenne pepper and paprika. I see spices, I get excited, and I just put them all over my food. Now, for someone like Cindy, for an African like Cindy, maybe eating a lot of these spices is fine to her because she's biologically able to withstand that. Or maybe it's just me putting too much spices. But I think, given that when I was a child, when I was a teenager, for most of my life, I've never had so much paprika and cayenne pepper and cumin every single day and every single week. And then suddenly I'm having all of these spices in my food. It's not good. It's not healthy, and my body's reacting to it in some sort of weird way. Maybe these spices have chemicals that's reacting with my lipids, with my oil, and my body is secreting more oil to my face now. Again, if it's a dust thing, then my forehead should have acne. My chin should have acne too, but no, it's just the cheeks. So it's not a dust thing. It's a biological thing, and I think it's the spices. So from now on, I will still use cumin and paprika from time to time, but will do it way less. I will focus on salt and pepper, and that's it. So yeah, I won't bother putting moisturizing cream on my face now because that's probably not the issue. I mean, back in April and May of this year, I didn't have much acne on my face either, even though during that time I didn't put moisturizing cream on my face either. It isn't about moisture this time. This time I think it's the spices. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Nothing else to talk about. Yeah, I'm happy. I get to see Pepper again on Wednesday. Get to see Aoba again on Wednesday. All the important people will show up to me every single week. I mean, Thomas is important too, but eh. And I feel like, I know I said this morning already, but I and Pepper really grew closer. And I think that's good because I get to know her more. And you know how when you write characters for a story, if you want the audience to care about someone, you humanize them. It's sort of like that. And I think that's pretty chill, I guess. I mean, surely I'm still far, 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 far away from being like a close friend of Pepper's. I'm a friend, and I think Pepper did call me a friend. Cause yesterday when the Macanese guy came out of the car, and then I went into the car, Pepper was like, "Oh, I told the Macanese guy I got a friend to pick up." Um, so she indirectly called me a friend. Fuck yeah, baby. Fuck yeah, baby. Level 2 is for sure complete. Level 6, on my way. Two more things. One, I just rated myself. I am at 128.2 pounds, which is not good. I'm losing weight again. So the thing is, right now I have so much food and I don't have to worry about like not having enough food. So I'm gonna not only exceed 2,000 calories every day, but I'll try to do maybe 2,100 calories per day or 2,200. I'll push my limits even further. And paired with that, I will start doing exercises every single Monday and Thursday. Right after I wake up or right before sleep, but preferably right after I wake up. I think that's healthier for me. Yeah, Monday and Thursday, twice a week. Push-ups, sit-ups, squats, whatever. Just something to train my body. Pepper called me skinny, even though I have already gained shit tons of weight since 2019. If Pepper thinks I'm skinny now, which I am, by the way, then she would probably think I am a starving, malnutrition malnourished child back in 2018 because I was like a stick back then. So right now, as you can see, like I have a bit of fat now, but even so, it's not enough. So I'll eat something later, even though I'm already at 1980 calories. Holy fuck. Holy shit. I'm watching a movie and this shit happens. There's a spider. Holy shit. Fuck. Okay, shit. Okay. Where is it? There it is. Crap, okay. Need to use both hands for this. Alright, time now is 11:22 a.m. on September 26th. Yeah. It's a Monday. Yeah, it's been 9 months since my new life has started. I slept from 2:30. Yes, 2:30 a.m. Give myself a round of applause. I've never slept this early. Since round 2 has begun, I've never slept this early. 2:30 a.m. till so I woke up naturally at 9 a.m. And then I slept back, and then at 10 a.m. I woke up again because Cindy turned off the aircon. Alright, I went back to sleep. I washed my hands again and went back to sleep. I in my pajamas, I went out, turned it back on, came back, and guess what? The drilling noises. It's not fucking stopping. It's just drilling on and on and on and on and on. And so I just laid on my bed for from 10:10 a.m. all the way till 11:15. I know that's a real long time. I feel like I wasn't completely awake during this hour and 5 minutes, but I'm definitely not asleep either because of the fucking drill noise. I was just laying on my bed. So yeah, I'm actually really glad that I fell asleep at 2:30. Yesterday I went to bed at 2:30 because if I'd gone to bed any later, I would have woken up the same time today and I would have had less sleep. And also yesterday I did mention that from now on I'm gonna have workout plan, and that is every Monday and Thursday morning I'm gonna work out. And today is Monday. That's true. But I'm not gonna work out. Why? Because last night I realized that I have an exam today. Yes. So today I'm going to have Biology 3 class, and in the class I'm going to have the first exam of the class, and I just remembered yesterday. So I haven't studied at all. I'm gonna spend about an hour, maybe an hour and a half this morning, later to study. It's gonna be easy because it's America, it's community college. You don't fuck with a Hong Konger, okay? I can handle this. But still, I have to study. I'm gonna bring out my notebook. I'm gonna bring out the sacred notebook back in secondary school. I'm gonna show off everyone how insane I was. And I'm just gonna study. And hopefully I get a hard A. And that's pretty much it. I originally planned to do an album review this morning before I leave. You know what? Fuck that. I also didn't finish watching Close Up yesterday. I watched half of an episode of Misang, episode 5, and then I watched half a movie of Close Up. And I was too sleepy. I almost fell asleep in the middle, and I'm like, you know what? I can't. So I stopped. And I'm glad I did. But yeah, that's all. Had a dream where I saw Mary and Pepper. It's always really weird when these characters collide because they're from two very different worlds. Oh man. Triple link. But yeah, they're both happy and nice in the dream, I guess. I don't even remember what happened in the dream. Like we went to a party. I and Pepper and another dude went to his place, and we were in a school trip. And then we ditched the guy and we left. And then we went to another place where it's singing and dancing. I don't even know what's going on. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna try to keep it under 15 minutes today. Final remarks. My mom and my family, my aunt and my second aunt have been talking on the family WhatsApp group, talking about where to go in Japan, or where to stay. And my aunt had found a couple of Airbnbs that are literally in the middle of nowhere. So originally the plan is to go to Niigata, which is like Tokyo but more north, a little bit more northeast, which is cool, I guess. And then my aunt found a place that is apparently 2 hours away from Niigata and 1 hour away from Nagano. And then she sent a couple links to Airbnbs, and neither of these Airbnbs fit that description. They're literally in the middle of nowhere, or in some small town, which is both interesting but also not, because I finally go to Japan for the second time in my life, and I'm going to some middle of nowhere. But yeah, I think that's actually going to happen. Pepper's going to stay in LA this December. She's not going anywhere. Yeah. And Pepper accepted my Discord friend request finally, after how many months? 3 months? 4 months? She doesn't even use Discord all that much. I don't blame her. But yeah. I'm gonna eat some sweet potato pie. I'm gonna finish all the sweet potato pie for breakfast. And yeah. and I really need to do something about my short film. I need to edit it. I have been putting off editing it for like a few weeks. Alright, gonna try something I've never cooked before today. This is Ralph's pork belly seasoned. That's right. I've never cooked pork belly before in my life, nor in the USA. So this is gonna be interesting. It seems to me this is 2 portions of pork belly. 1 portion, a 2 portion? Oh god. Oh god, this is a lot more complicated than that, is it? Oh geez. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. They're already seasoned, so don't need to season them all that much. I'm gonna cook them all. Alright, so as you can probably tell, I changed my shirt because when I was cooking this, the soy sauce fucking exploded and splashed all over my white shirt. So I'm washing it right now in the washing machine actually. And then the moment I come back, there's a cockroach. And I smashed it so hard that the wooden spoon fucking exploded again. And before these 2 events, the plastic spatula I used for the pan fucking fell and flipped. So, fuck me. Let's try this pork belly. Cheers. Alright, time now is 8:59 p.m. Let's talk about what happened today. I'm gonna try to keep everything today under 15 minutes, so I'll speak very fast. So, before I left to Biology 3, I cooked myself lunch, in about half an hour. So I spent about an hour this morning studying, speed running through all, chapters 1, 2A, 2B, 3A, and 3B and writing notes. 4 pages worth of notes on my notebook. 4 A5 pages. Which doesn't seem like a lot, but you need to know that I'm a guy who likes to condense his notes. My notes are extremely dense. But yeah, and then I only have half an hour left, so I speed ran lunch. I cooked 2 eggs, 4 slices of bacon, and a whole tomato. That's my lunch. It sounds delicious actually, but it's all right, you know. But I speed ran through it, and then I rushed out and I went to class. Now, keep in mind that the trash is overflowing. That last night, and as I'm speaking now, as of now, it's still overflowing. And like I said, I would like to I am not like, but I am willing to take out the trash. And I've done that. But the thing is, I've already done that for the last 3 times. I don't want to be the trash man. So I wanted to ask Cindy, or at least the other guy, to take out the trash. And so during lunch, while cooking lunch, of course, Cindy with her usual, wow, it smells good. That bacon looks nice. Of course it does look nice, you silly goose. And I took this as an opportunity to ask Cindy, the trash, it's overflowing. So I don't have bags. So I was like, I don't want to be direct, like, please take out the trash, because I'm a socially awkward little boy, and I'm a little boy, like, I'm smaller than her, and she's always the more experienced one. I don't want to directly say take out the trash. So I was like, oh, I don't have a bag. I don't want to take out the trash. And she said, or are you asking me to take out the trash? What are you asking for? And I'm like, yeah. And so Cindy's like, oh, okay, I'll take out the trash. Yeah, sure. So I went to class, came back home, and the trash is still there. So that's great. I hope it's gone by tonight, by tomorrow. Um, the conversation styles, man. Californian versus East Asian. You can tell. You can tell, man. But anyways, went to class, biology 3, and I was a few minutes early, but I wasn't that early. And at that point, I and the white guy who sits next to me, we quizzed each other a little bit, and it appears that I'm not as well studied as I thought I am, even though I only studied this morning, but of course I wouldn't be as well studied, but it's whatever. Honestly, I wasn't that nervous about the exam. I can just like wing it and swing it, and it's all right. So right after that, the exam starts, and we had 80 minutes. We have about 30 something. I think there's 31 or 30 multiple choice questions, and then a few writing questions. That's it. It's not that tough, really. I finished it, and I'll say that this is more or less the same as I thought it would be. It's not super easy. It's not hilariously easy. There are some tricky questions here and there. I myself admit that the exam has tricky questions. But I like it. I like challenging exams because it makes it more fun. Easy exams are boring as hell. Sometimes you want to have fun. Doing exam is suffering, but sometimes it ends up being fun. Especially math exams. Maths exams are so much fun. They hurt so much, but they're so much fun. Similarly, today it was nice actually because it was a little bit challenging. But anyways, after the exam, for about 30 minutes, I finished it before, about 30 minutes before it's officially over. But I'm not the first one who finished the exam. I think I'm the fourth or fifth one. So we went out of the classroom and waited and talked a little bit. I talked to a couple people that I've never really talked to before. Talked to the big black guy that I mentioned a long time ago. And it's all right, it's all right. And then we went back to the classroom for a lab activity, which is very confusing, but we did it. So there's that. And then we came back home. I came back to this apartment, and here I am. While waiting for the bus to get to school, Zara randomly texted me asking me if I wanted to go to if I want to book this 13-day trip thing where we would go around Yellowstone National Park and Las Vegas and LA and San Francisco and some other random places. And Zara asked me if I'm interested, and it's all in Chinese, it's in traditional Chinese, so it's not like a very trusty source. I said no. Even if it's a trusty source, I don't think I will have the time and the energy. I have final exams in mid-December, and at around December 19, I will probably have to leave and go to friggin' Tokyo. So, yeah, unfortunately, I just can't. And Zara's like, oh, it's alright. I understand Zara's disappointment, but I really can't. But even so, it's not like I'm not going to bring Zara anywhere. When Zara comes to LA, I don't know exactly when. I can bring her around. You know what? Maybe I can call Zara later. Maybe I can call Zara. But I still have places to bring her to. In-N-Out's, Taco Bell. They got vegan options. I checked them. So that's as far as the restaurants I know. Of course, there are more out there. Okay. Finally, while cooking dinner, which is pork belly, rice, and yellow bell pepper. The spatula, the plastic spatula fell on the ground, and I was a little pissed already. And then the oil suddenly exploded and splashed my white shirt with sauce. And it's not the first time that it happened, but this time it's such a gigantic splash. It's awful. It's cartoonish. It came straight out of a cartoon. And then a cockroach appeared out of nowhere, and it's not small, but it's not big, but it's not small either. And so I immediately grabbed 2 paper towels, and then I just saw any blunt object that is not metallic, or weak like plastic. And then I just grabbed a wooden spoon and I just smashed it, bam, 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 bam. and I smashed the fucking cockroach so hard that a small piece of that wooden spoon fucking exploded. It wasn't that bad, but I was pretty pissed, you know. But yeah, and then I cooked the dinner and then blah 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 blah. So, I'm not gonna do too much for the rest of the day. I'll finish watching Close Up, I'll finish watching Me Sang episode 5, and then I watch 6. I'll do some biology homework, which is due tonight. And, that's pretty much it. I won't film reviews, I'll do that tomorrow. I'll call my mom too, and I'll probably mop the floor, either tonight or tomorrow night. But I want to do it tonight because if I have time tonight, I would like to do some sit-ups and push-ups on the floor, where I'm standing at right now, this area. That's enough space, and yeah, it's just good. I just feel so skinny. Yeah, yeah, I hate myself. But one thing for sure is that my acne situation is really bad right now, but I feel like after I stop consuming cumin, I'm gonna look fine again. I really do think that this is a cumin problem. So right now all my acne are healing, and I cannot detect any new ones right now, which is good. Usually when an acne begins, it just suddenly happens and you can sort of detect it almost. And then that's it. So earlier this morning, my mom talked to me and asked me about if I want to go to Japan 3 days earlier. So originally the plan is I'll go on December 22nd, but now my mom was like, okay, the thing is my aunt and my cousins and my second aunt want to go to Japan a bit earlier because they will have jet lag. My aunt and my cousins are in the UK now. My younger cousin is in Germany. My second aunt and my grandma are in Seattle, Washington. And there will be some sort of adjustment. For me, it's fine because if I, again, LA to Hong Kong or LA to East Asia, anywhere in East Asia, it's actually fine. Jet lag, as far as jet lag adjustment goes. But I will be able to go around Tokyo by myself, or at least with my cousins, and that's great. B, I'll have more time in Tokyo, and instead of just going to Tokyo for one night and then a week in this random village in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, even though I would love to just spend a whole ass month in Tokyo with Nick and others and film tons of vlogs there, but you know what, maybe this is my only chance right now. Maybe because as far as I know, I don't know if Tom is planning to go next summer. Maybe I should ask him. Maybe. Yep. Wow. I spent 20 minutes already today, so I'm just gonna wrap it up right now. Nice day, fine day. Excited to see Pepper and Aoba on Wednesday, and then Aoba on Thursday, and then maybe I'll see Pepper on Friday, and then I'll be seeing Thomas on Saturday and Sunday for his short film shoot, and it's all good. Yeah, and I've been thinking about the well too. I think the Chinese boss lady really hates me, and it's probably not just because I'm slow at my job and I fuck up a lot. Pepper told me that the Chinese boss lady also yelled at her, like she's scrubbing the tables the wrong way, and the Chinese boss lady is like, no, you need to scrub it this way, not this way. And then it's just, that sort of stuff. But the reason why the Chinese boss lady isn't rehiring me again, I feel like, is because of my attitude. Like, I should be like, thank you, Thank you. Hi, how are you? I'm feeling fine. Okay, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. And the reason why I'm saying this is because like lately I've been watching Nisang, the Korean drama about working, and I realized that I don't have a lot of work experience. I don't have a lot of office experience, but from someone who's, East Asian, you know, like for a Chinese person or Japanese or Korean or Taiwanese or whatever. Like you need to really like, sorry, I made this mistake. I'll do better next time. This will never happen again. I'm sorry. Like maybe I'll have to do all this. Now I've worked as an intern in my mom's office a little while, but it's in Hong Kong, so it's a little less. I'm sorry, but maybe I should do more of this often in front of a Chinese boss lady. Um, but yeah, I don't really care about the well right now, actually. And in fact, right now, given that I'm looking for internships and I'm working on multiple short films and uni application and blah 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 blah, I'm too busy to even care about the well. And sure, I'm gonna lose shit tons of money, but that's okay because now I'm not going to the well, but I'm not sure if the Chinese boss lady will rehire me again or not. So my strategy my strategy. I'm gonna wait. If the Chinese boss lady never rehires me again until the end of round two, then I can safely assume that I have been fired by the Chinese boss lady. Except she never told me I'm fired. She just did it in a very subtle way, in a very diplomatic way. In that case, in round three, after I'm done with all the uni application shit, I'm gonna look for a new well, but only for round three. Round two, I'm gonna focus on going to the gym, not gym, but fitness at least. Fitness, driver's license, uni app, internship, school stuff. My new 5 levels. So there's that. And then not much else. I guess one last thing I could talk about is Pepper. I know I say this every day lately. Not really. I mean, kinda. But yeah, again, I'm glad I'm able to hang out with her like that. And I realize how freaking. I remember back in March or April of 2021 when I and Zara and Miriam hung out. I think it was April, at the Pleasantries when we hung out in Hong Kong BU on the campus. And I talked to Zara about how, oh, there's another Hong Konger girl in my film one class, but it's completely online. And she's like, wouldn't it be so romantic? And now I'm literally with Pepper, who is a film major, same year, same whatever, same everything. Okay, same year, same college, same class. We also got into HKOS. I brought Pepper to HKOS. Pepper brought me to the well. You know, um, you know, and even Pepper himself said to me on my birthday, Pepper said her coming to this college, coming into the USA is almost like destiny. It's almost like fate. And her secondary school award-winning screenplay is also called Destiny or Fate, but it was a double entendre. So that's pretty funny. But one thing I can say is that, however awesome you think my hangout with Pepper was a couple days ago at Whittier, which I by the way believe it's awesome, you also have to realize that I've done this shit with many other girls as well. Like I went to freaking Landau Island with Miriam. I watched a film, Anita, and had lunch with Pink. And I didn't do too much with Natalie, but we also had this beef hot pot lunch before I leave. Like I do this shit with so many women, so many girls. So this doesn't mean anything, especially for someone as extroverted as Pepper. Like this probably doesn't mean anything. It's all part of a larger life. But it's a good experience for me, I guess. So we'll see. And that's all. All right, time now is 11:33 a.m. on September 27th. Um, Yeah. So, I slept from 3:05 a.m. to 10:30 ish. I woke up naturally again. Um, Not because of the aircon, though Cindy did turn off the aircon at some point later. But I didn't really leave my bed until like 11:15 ish, which is my alarm. So yeah, there's that. And I don't need to report when do I sleep and wake up every single morning from here on out. I only started doing it because of jet lag, because I want to record myself, document myself dealing with jet lag. But now I don't even need to do that. So there's that. But I'm gonna try to go to bed like before 3 a.m. tonight because tomorrow I gotta wake up early for the shoot. So yes, nothing all that crazy is going to happen today. I'm going to film history class, which is going to be nice. I'm going to watch a couple movies, which is going to be cool. And that's it. Um, Nothing else. I I'm still working on so many other things at the same time, actually. Of course, we got the uni application stuff. I am making a huge table in my Google spreadsheet on what sort of stuff we have in the supplementary material for the application. And I also, probably today, I'll email the white guy and the Italian professor about internships because I really need that. Um, yeah, and perhaps after I'm finished editing my two short films, I will develop another one with Pepper, probably. I think that would be a lot of fun. Um, so yeah, and maybe Aoba could join too. But I'm just streaming. Um, yeah, and despite the fact that it's going to be really stressful from here on out, because of the uni application, the end of December is going to be really fun for me because Zara will come visit me in LA and I'll take her to places, and then immediately afterwards, I'll be going to Japan. So I called my mom last night and we talked about a few things, one of which is our plans to go to Japan at the end of December. So right now it is confirmed, and I think the plane ticket is already bought, that we're going to Japan on December 19th. I will leave USA again and I will go to Tokyo. Um, I'll go to Narita Airport and I will stay at Tokyo for 3 days. And 3 days is like nothing. Tokyo, even if you have a whole month, you can't finish Tokyo. It's just too much. But I already have a few places in mind I want to go. And I'm sure my cousins will want to go to those places as well. Akihabara, Asakusa, and I don't know, maybe I'll have a relaxing day at Chiyoda, at the big park or something like that. It's all right. Shinjuku and Shibuya seem great as well, but it's not the kind of place you would want to go with your family. It's more like a friends type of place, bar hopping, drinking. But yeah, that's the idea, I guess. And then on the 22nd, we're going to go to this random ass town called Karuizawa. And we're not going to take a Shinkansen there or something. We're going to drive there. And Karuizawa is a town that's right between Nagano Prefecture and the edge of what's the other prefecture? I always forgot. It's not Saitama. It's Gunma, right? Um. So yeah, but we're not even gonna be living in the town. We're gonna be living a little bit far away from the town, right at the border between Nagano and Gunma, which is funny. It's the same way I and my family lived right between Tuscany and Umbria when we went to Italy. And I went to TripAdvisor last night and checked out a little bit because I'm low-key excited. Of course I want to go to Japan. And I found there are a few cool places I could go to. There's the nearby city of Takasaki, and Maebashi. Takasaki Maebashi. I'm remembering these names by how they're written. Like if you tell me to remember these names just by pronunciation, I would probably forgot. But yeah, Takasaki has some cool places, but not that cool, I guess. And then of course we're at the town of Karuizawa itself. We can ride a 1 hour car to Nagano City, which I'm sure has a lot of fun places, I guess. There's a satellite city called Matsushiro, and it's sort of like ancient historic town. That's the one place I have to go to. There's also the Ice Monkey place, and you need to pay to get in, and it's super far away. It's 1 hour and 20 something minutes away driving. So I don't know if people are gonna be, want to go. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I don't think we'll be able to go to Niigata. It's too far away. And there's another place in another direction that we could go, like towards Gifu. But I don't think we're gonna have the time. With only 5 days from December 22nd to 29th. Actually, that's 7 days. With only 7 days, I don't know how much time do we have. We got snow skiing, we got relaxing in the resort, we got everything. So again, I don't want to plan too much for this trip because planning sort of makes it less enjoyable. Sort of like the last Europe trip in 2018 summer. If I plan too much, it's just like, oh, today we need to go here, and then at 2 p.m. we need to go here, and then at lunch we need to go here, blah, 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 blah. It's not fun anymore. And I don't want this trip to only be walking and sightseeing and taking photos. I want this to be interactive. If I could find a bike, if I could rent a bike, I will. If I could do something fun, like, I don't know, onsen, I will. If I could try snow skiing, I will. Just if I could try something, step out of my comfort zone, I will. If I could speak to strangers and locals, which is really tough in Japan. Even if I look East Asian, the moment they realize you're from the outside, they're like, oh, what the fuck? So it's going to be tough, but I'll try. If I can speak to locals here in Los Angeles, I'll try to do it in Japan as well. Might as well. I hope it's fun. And I've been doing some research last night about cameras, Sony camera, lenses, and all that stuff. Maybe I'll buy one before I leave so that I could bring that camera there to vlog. So I'm not going to use my phone to vlog anymore. I'm going to use a camera. And there has limitations as well because cameras are a lot more expensive. If I film with my phone in harsh places, like places that are very wet, my phone can still withstand it, but a camera will not. Camera's heavier, and also my phone can zoom in a lot, even though it's a synthetic zoom. You're just cropping the image, but still, it's a cool little feature. Whereas if I use a lens, even if I use a zoom lens, I need to account for the fact that I want wide. I want 12 millimeters or 16, because it's good for vlogging. But then the closest I could zoom is 35, which is not much. I got to use the Sony camera a few days ago at Whittier, and I get to get the feel. 35 is not much. I guess 50 millimeters would be a good zoom distance. So I found a couple lenses that are 18 to 50 millimeters, but I don't know, maybe it's too expensive, maybe it's gonna be really heavy, I don't know. But yeah, that's that. And before I go, I may do the driver's test because Pepper herself is also doing it. Yeah, that's all. I talk too much. Fuck, 15-minute challenge? Shit. Alright, just quickly bought some stuff from Target. $24, and I'm just gonna walk back home because no way am I gonna get on the bus with this. Fuck. All right, time now is 8:28 p.m. on September 27th. Yeah, so let's wrap it up today. I already talked a lot this morning. Excited about the trip. Obviously, who wouldn't? But yeah, I had a quick frozen Indian lunch. I ate 1/8 of a piece of mooncake, and I went to college. And spoke to Patrick, the black man. Watched 2 movies. That's it. Nothing important happened. Came back home and yeah, I cooked dinner. It was shoulder steak, beef shoulder steak, which is really cheap. Not the best quality, but it's meat. I'll take it. Um, and some green beans and some uh penne pasta with pasta sauce and cheese, and that's it. I was gonna cook ravioli, and then as I was putting the ravioli into the water, I was like, "Well, what? One of the pieces of ravioli has white on it. Is that mold?" Turns out it is. Even though I put it in the fridge, I'm not putting it in out in the open. It still got mold, which is really scary. The fridge helps slow down mold, but if it's there for too long, it'll still be there. So I really need to check on my food more often. So I wanted to throw away all the ravioli, and guess what the fuck? The trash is still completely filled. It's still overflowing. 2 days ago, I told Cindy, or actually I think yesterday, I told Cindy to take out the trash. Very indirectly, because I don't want to be rude. But I guess she either is too lazy to do it, or she just thought to herself, oh, well, if she's so indirect about it, then this means I don't have to do it because I guess I don't hear the instructions. Um, so I was like, fuck it, I'll do it myself. So I took out the trash in the trash bin. There's still a whole like 2 by 1 meter box full of trash, a mountain full of trash at the side. That I have no idea how to dispose. I don't know how to carry the box outside. I don't know where to carry to. I don't know how the hell are we gonna deal with that. I have no idea what to do with that. So there's that. But I did take out the trash today. I sacrificed myself. That huge fucking tower of trash, I took it all out and I dumped it in a bin. And there were fucking flies flying out of the trash pile. It was amazing. God knows how many forms of diseases are hidden in that fucking thing. I even sprayed all over the. I even grabbed my own alcohol spray and I sprayed it just in case, a new form of monkeypox is hidden in that trash. It's fucking insane. But yeah, cook myself dinner, fine and dandy. Also after class, I almost forgot. After class, I went to Target again, and I bought these a bucket, Clorox gloves, which I think I think this is a brand. Gloves, Clorox gloves, they don't make sense, and a mop. $24, kind of expensive, but welcome to LA, I guess. So there's that. I think I'm gonna mop the floor tonight. If not, then I'll do it tomorrow. But tomorrow's gonna be very tiring. In fact, I'm very tired today. You can't tell because I'm very energetic right now. Ha 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 ha. But like, I'm actually fucking. I can't focus too much. I'm kind of drowsy today. I don't know why. The quality of my sleep this morning just wasn't great. And I need the utmost amount of energy for tomorrow because I'm fucking gripped. I'm gonna grip shit. So I'm gonna bring chocolate bars. I spoke to Patrick about being the key grip, and Patrick's like, "Oh, just a bit of advice. Tomorrow before you start your work, stretch. Just do some stretch. Do some stretch. Do some stretch, and then do the grip work because gripping is really tough. It's really physically demanding. Turn on laptop. Okay. But yeah, that's it for today. Nothing important happened today. So I'm gonna email the white guy and the Italian professor later. I'm gonna do homework. I'm gonna watch 2 episodes of Misang, but if I can't finish it, it's fine. I need to get to bed ASAP today, as early as possible, which basically means 2:30 or 2:15. and then wake up a bit earlier tomorrow. Yeah. And then that's it. And then on Wednesday, tomorrow, there's that. And on Thursday, I also need to wake up earlier because I got the Club Awareness Day going on. Which is cool because I'm going to see Aoba and I can chat with her. That's cool. And then on Friday, I can truly rest. But I'll probably go to Nijia Market on Friday. If not Thursday, honestly. Will I go on Thursday? Maybe. I don't know. Or maybe not. Because I actually am running out of lunch, I believe. I can just buy a Subway just nearby. That's totally fine. That's it. That's all. Yeah. Again, I'm so grateful that I picked Wednesday, Film 32. I think that is the most beautiful decision I've made since I've been in LA. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say. I spoke with Zara a little bit. Zara called me for a few minutes this morning. And Zara was so excited. Zara talked about her experience in Boston and how she walked to MIT and she walked to Harvard and then she walked and walked and walked and she walked for 10 hours and she spent $11 on transportation. So she went to the airport, she went to the Airbnb, and she went here and there and here and there, and she's excited to go to New York. She wants to go to Broadway. She's going here and there, and she just constantly talks and talks and talks. And I don't blame her. This is a very novel experience for her. I mean, to be fair, she's been to USA before, but never had she ever gone solo. So this is her first time, and I was a little jealous almost, like, wow, she got to go to all of these places. I've never been to Boston. I've never been to New York. I've never been to Philadelphia. But she's been to all three. I've never been to Miami. And she even said, oh, she wants to come to LA, and then maybe she'll visit Yellowstone, and maybe she'll visit here and there and here and there. But one thing for sure is that I can be like her and, go to some random city far away all by myself. But what I experienced here in LA, even though I didn't go anywhere, I always stayed in LA. My experience is way richer. Like, I'm not only traveling now, I'm living now. Okay? My experience is way richer. The people I meet, the supermarkets I frequent, the restaurants I constantly go to. I know how to ring a bell on the bus. I know how to pull out my credit card when I pay for my food. I know how it works now, okay? So I got the full package. But yeah, still excited for Zara to come. Zara's probably going to come to LA for, 5 days. She's going to come on December 12th, probably. She's going to leave Philadelphia and then come to, and go to Atlanta, Georgia by herself for one night, and then she's going to leave again. And the thing is, I have my final exams on December 13 and 14. So, yeah, I don't know. And of course there's the issue that the Biology 3 class final exam is on Wednesday, 3:30 p.m., but at that point I should be in my Film 32 class, which is more important. So, I don't know, gotta tell the professor that, I guess. And nothing else. I fucked up my challenge again. My 15-minute challenge, I messed up. Okay, one final thing before I leave off. Zara, I guess the most interesting thing about Pepper right now is that she went to Riverside all by herself and stayed overnight there, which I think is really brave. But that's nothing special. Zara does that too. Zara went to Boston, a whole other city in another state, all by herself, despite not having any prior experience in solo traveling. Zara's like even braver. And when I called Zara, I was like, wow, you're so brave. Like, I could do that in Hong Kong. Like, I went to Tuen Mun and all the other places all by myself, and it's okay. But if it's to another city, then it's like, ugh. And Zara's like, oh, actually, for me, it's the inverse. For me in Hong Kong, I wouldn't go alone because if it's so nearby, then I would rather go with friends. Whereas if it's in another country, I would go alone because I have no restraints. Like, some other people may want to go to some other places, but now that I'm alone, I can go wherever I want, whenever I want. So there's that, I guess. So yeah, there's still nothing interesting with Pepper. I don't sense anything interesting or deep about her. I tried to dig something out of her, okay? I really tried. I tried to ask her if she has experienced 8th grade syndrome. She asked me what's my 8th grade syndrome, and I said, oh, at one point I was really afraid of people, I think the people around me were very dangerous. And then Pepper asked me if my childhood was okay, and yeah, it was okay. I just had this syndrome for no reason, because, and Pepper's never experienced any of that stuff. So Pepper's still not a very interesting person. But I guess if there's one thing I can comment on Pepper, it's that I and Pepper are almost opposites of one another right now while being in the same position. So I and Pepper are both Hong Kongers in the same college, in the same class, who love movies. I introduced Pepper to the HKOS. Pepper introduced me to the Well, which is not going anywhere. But we're in similar conditions. We're the same age, okay? But we're the opposite. I'm shy, I guess. I'm socially awkward and shy, and I'm really organized, and I follow a lot of strict rules. She's opposite. I wouldn't say she's super extroverted, but actually, that's a good question. Next time I have some alone time with her, I'm gonna ask her if she's an extrovert or not. That's a question that's gonna bring up some stuff. But she's more extroverted. She's more brave, and she likes hanging out with people. She likes drinking and partying, and she's more out there. She's disorganized. She's a mess. We both love movies, but I am more of a movie type guy. She is more I guess she doesn't know enough about movies versus me, but she knows about photography. She has a film camera, and I don't know shit about film cameras. She knows still photography. I don't. And then on top of that, I have huge admiration for Hong Kong culture, and my goal in life is to preserve Hong Kong culture. She is more of a Hong Konger than I am, even though we're both Hong Kongers, but she feels more Hong Kong than me because of the slang terms she used, the places she's been, her taste in music, movies, the stuff she does. She's just more of a traditional Hong Konger than I am, unfortunately, even though we're both Hong Kongers, obviously. And my experience is still a Hong Konger's experience. You can't say my experience is not. I grew up in Hong Kong. The shit I experienced all took place in Hong Kong, so obviously I also had the Hong Kong experience. It's just not the same with Pepper. Hers is more local. Mine is, I guess, a little bit more, I don't know, at least I'm not some rich kid going to international school who speaks English better than Cantonese. At least that's that, My mom's rich friends, their kids, they go to international schools in the middle of bumfuck nowhere in new territories, and they listen to jazz music during dinner, and they speak English and sometimes even Spanish better than Cantonese. At least I know Cantonese just as much as I do English, I guess. And at least I have an incentive to know Hong Kong culture and Chinese history and Chinese culture. But many other fucking rich kids, they don't do that shit. So you might as well argue that they're even less Hong Kongers than I am. But that's not how you do it, because different Hong Kongers from different regions, from different socioeconomic classes, experience different shit. Like, you can sleep on the streets of Sam Sui Po and beg for money, or you can, be the son or the daughter of a police officer and you're rich and your family commits war crimes or whatever. Like, that's also the Hong Konger experience. You never know. All right, but yeah, So again, I digress. Even though I don't find Pepper that interesting or anything, And at this point, I still think Alba might be the most interesting person aside from Potter. I do think that at this rate, I and Pepper can still potentially be very great friends. Um, Potentially, it's not happened yet. I don't think it has happened yet, but it's potential. You know, there's potential. And if that's the case, if we ended up being great friends, then I'm already happy enough. You know, yeah, I'm a beggar, or at least I started off as a beggar in terms of the social status. So having a great friend will really bump me up to middle class, and upper class I'll try to go. Yeah. All right. So today I'm gonna try for the first time to mop the floor. Um, I have mopped the floor before, but I haven't in my life tried to do the whole thing, the whole setup all by myself. So this is gonna be great. Push sleeve down and twist 4 times the ring. That's pretty good. Pull sleeve up and snap into middle grip to mop. I have no idea what does that mean. Okay. Okay. Safe on all hard surface floors, including wood. So I am stealing some of Cindy's floor washing juice. That's right. I'm not actually stealing. She's okay with this, I think. And right here it says in the back, mix 1/4 of a cup, 1/4 of a cup in a gallon of water. What the fuck is a cup and what the fuck is a gallon? Americans are, thankfully, right here this is a 2.5 gallons, so 11 quarts, 10 2.5. 1 gallon is right here. So I just need to fill this until this line with hot water, and then I'm gonna just add a cup of this, whatever that means. I don't know. I'll just pour it in, and then we'll have the thing ready, and then I will begin the mopping. All right. Hope I don't drop this stuff. 1 cup, here we go. Oh God, should I do it with 2 hands? Here we go. Yep, that's definitely 1 cup. Is that even 1 cup? I don't think that is. How do I know if it's 1 cup? What the fuck? 1/4 of a cup. Oh, 1/4. I think that's enough. Is that enough? It's a little purplish. Okay, I'll add a little more. Okay, I think that's enough. Okay, that's definitely enough. Okay. Ooh. All right. All right, guys. So I just made a huge discovery. Come on. What are you doing? This thing right here, I can actually contract it. Okay, what are you doing? I can actually contract it, and I can do this. So now, hey! Alright, here we go. Without further ado, let's dip the mop into the juice. Okay. Oh boy. What am I even doing with my life? Okay. And then, boom! And then I mop, mop, mop. Okay. Do this. Nice gesture. Nice mopping pose. All right. I look like an idiot right now. I'm filming myself mopping. Oh my God, so intense. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Wow. I mean, yeah, the floor is dirty. I get it. I think it's a little bit too concentrated though. Is it? I think it is too concentrated. All right. Let's go in like this. Okay. Okay. I think that's good. Do I dip it back? I don't think I'm supposed to do that. Should I dip it back? It's dirty. Fuck. I don't know. Okay. I have gloves over there. I'm gonna use it to squeeze out the juice, the dirty juice, and then I'll dip it back, probably. I'll think about this. Alright, so as you can probably tell, I have mopped the floor quite a bit. Aside from the bathroom, I've pretty much mopped most areas of the room. Aside from the bathroom, and to give you an idea how dirty my room is, this is how dirty it is. Oh my god. Well, by the way, it's not stuck. There's a small lever underneath the sink that I can, you know, trial and error. Like one time, I don't know what I did, but out of curiosity, I pressed the sink button, and I was like, holy shit, what do I do? And then I found out about the lever under the sink. But yeah.